Welcome to Spelling Bee Ninja, where we dive into the fascinating world of science. Today, we're unraveling some common myths about space. Space is an area filled with wonders and mysteries, but it also harbors a lot of misconceptions. Together, we're going to set the record straight about planets, stars, astronauts, and much more. So, grab your space gear and get ready to explore the universe's truths. Let's kick things off with a popular belief that the Great Wall of China is the only man-made structure visible from space. This myth circulates frequently, but astronauts have debunked it. In reality, the Great Wall is only about 30 feet wide, which means it's not easily distinguishable from the surrounding landscape when viewed from low Earth orbit. It blends in quite well, making it nearly impossible to see without magnification. This highlights how our perspective can often alter our understanding of reality. Now, speaking of perspectives, let's talk about the experience of astronauts in space. Many people believe that astronauts float because there's no gravity in space, but that's not the case. Gravity is very much present in space. In fact, at the altitude where the International Space Station orbits, approximately 250 miles above Earth's surface, the strength of gravity is about 90% of what we feel here on the ground. So why do astronauts appear to be floating? The answer lies in the concept of freefall. They are falling toward Earth at the same rate as the ISS itself, which creates that amazing sensation known as weightlessness. Isn't that an incredible way to experience the dynamics of physics? Moving on, let's explore another common misconception about our moon. You may have heard about the so-called dark side of the moon. Contrary to popular belief, the moon is tidally locked, meaning the same side always faces Earth. The far side receives just as much sunlight as the near side, experiencing day and night cycles just like we do. The term dark side refers more to the fact that it was unknown and unexplored until recent photos were taken by space probes. This history of exploration reveals so much about our natural satellite and opens up further questions about its surface and features. Now let's shine a light on the sun. Some people romantically refer to it as a giant ball of fire, suggesting that it burns like a flame. However, that's a bit of a misrepresentation. The sun generates energy not through combustion but through a process known as nuclear fusion. In the sun's core, hydrogen atoms fuse to form helium, releasing an enormous amount of energy in the form of light and heat. The temperatures in the core reach around 15 million degrees Celsius. This process is what makes our sun shine so brightly and warms our planet. Another intriguing fact is related to stars. Often, people say that Polaris, the North Star, is the brightest star in the night sky. While Polaris is certainly important in navigation and remains stationary to observers on Earth, it is not the brightest star. That title goes to Sirius, known as the Dog Star, which is about 25 times brighter than Polaris. The unique positioning of Polaris above the North Pole makes it seem almost fixed in place while other stars change positions as the Earth rotates. Now, let's shift gears a bit and discuss seasons. A widely held belief is that the seasons are determined by the Earth's distance from the Sun. However, that's not quite correct. Seasons result from the tilt of Earth's axis, about 23.5 degrees. When the northern hemisphere is tilted towards the Sun, it experiences summer due to direct sunlight. Conversely, when tilted away, it experiences winter. Though the distance from the Sun does vary slightly throughout the year, it does not affect the changing of the seasons. This understanding helps us appreciate the dance of Earth around the Sun and how it impacts our environment. Next up is the moon's gravity. Many think the moon has no gravity, but that's a myth. The moon's gravity is about 1/6 that of Earth's, which is why astronauts could jump significantly higher when they visited. The moon's reduced gravity also contributes to its thin atmosphere, which is called an exosphere. This fact provides insight into how different celestial bodies work and function based on their gravitational pull. Now, let's put on our cosmic caps and look at black holes. Often depicted in movies as monstrous vacuum cleaners sucking in everything around them, that's not an accurate representation. Black holes do have strong gravitational fields, but they don't actively suck in matter. Just like planets orbit around stars, objects can orbit a black hole. For example, if our Sun were to be replaced by a black hole of equal mass, Earth would continue its orbit in the same manner, it would simply become a colder, darker place. Such fascinating phenomena help unlock deeper astronomical understanding. Now, let's touch on sound in space. A common belief is that you can hear sounds in space, like dramatic explosions. However, this is a misconception. Sound requires a medium, solid, liquid, or gas, to travel through. Since space is a near vacuum, there are very few particles present, rendering it silent. Despite the sound effects you may hear in science fiction movies, the truth is, space is completely quiet. Finally, let's look at another myth. If you were to go into space without a spacesuit, would you freeze instantly? The answer is no. While space is extremely cold, around -270 degrees Celsius, heat transfer in a vacuum occurs slowly, mostly by radiation. The immediate danger would actually be the lack of oxygen. You would lose consciousness within seconds due to asphyxiation before you'd feel any effects of the cold. Understanding these myths not only clarifies various aspects of space but also piques our curiosity about exploration and the laws of nature at large. The myths and facts we've discussed today illuminate how important it is to question what we hear and to seek the truth through scientific inquiry, a key to understanding our universe. To recap, we've explored several fascinating myths about space. We learned that the Great Wall of China isn't the only visible structure from space, and astronauts float due to gravity rather than a lack of it. The moon has a near side and a far side, but both receive sunlight, while the sun powers itself through nuclear fusion, not fire. We uncovered that Sirius, not Polaris, is the brightest star, and seasons are caused by Earth's tilt, not its distance from the sun. The moon certainly has gravity, and black holes do not act like vacuum cleaners. Additionally, space is silent, and the dangers of exposure to space are due more to lack of oxygen than temperature. Understanding these facts enhances our appreciation of the cosmos. Thank you for joining us on this stellar adventure. We hope you've enjoyed debunking these space myths and learning more about our universe. Continue exploring the wonders of science with Spelling Bee Ninja, and remember, every question you ask brings you closer to understanding the world around you. Until next time, keep wondering and stay curious.